Greetings, fellow grade 11s. It's Mr. Shadravi here. Welcome to Back to Basics, right? Now, what is it that you're looking at? We are looking at our grade 11 exponents, and we are going to be examining our November 2016 paper, right? To see in terms of what is that you can do. Now, let's start. What is it that you're given here? So, in this one specifically, you are given that you're having five. All right, this is going to be five. This is going to be 5 to the power of what? A subtract. This is going to what? A subtract 2 multiplied by this is same as 2 to the power of what? A plus your 2, right? This is going to be divided by what? This is going to be divided by 10 to the power of A subtract. This is 10 to the power of what? A subtract 1 multiplied by 2, right? So basically that is going to be your problem. Now, what is it then that you can take away from here? Now, if you look at this one firstly, now the first thing that you can start doing here is to look at these firstly, right? Now, now if you can check, for example, here, what is it that you have here? Now, this is same as what? Now, if you can write this in factor form, this is going to be same as 5. This is same as 5 to the power of what? A multiplied by 5 to the power of negative 2. This is going to multiply by 2 to the power of A. This is going to be then multiplied by 2 to the power of 2. Now, again, that's going to be the first one. Now, when you come back to your denominator, what is it that you are going to have here? In your denominator, this is 10 to the power of A subtract 10 to the power of A multiplied by what? This is also 10 to the power of negative 1 multiplied by what? Multiplied by 2. So basically, this is one and the same thing. And now, what is it then that you can do now from here? Let's see. Now, if you can start on this one, let's see in terms of what is the first thing that you can do. If let's say you can write this, can you see that your 5 this, if you can write this, can you see that your 5a to the power of a can still be written in terms of 5 multiplied by 2 to the power of a, because this is one and the same thing, right? Remember, if you multiply the a, this is still going to be 5a, this is still going to be 2a, right? So now this is going to be same as that now. And what else that you are left with? You are left with your 5 now to the power of what? Negative 2 multiplied by what? 2 to the power of what? To the power of 2 rather, right? Altogether. Then this is going to be divided by, now if you can look at these are going to be your two terms, right? You are having your negative sign here. So which means this is 10 a, right, to the power of a subtract 10 to the power of a multiplied by 10 to the power of negative 1 multiplied by 2, right? So which means now if let's say you take out your 10 to the power of a as your common factor, right? What is it that you're going to be left with? Now you're going to be left with what? Here it's going to be 1 subtract. What is going to be this one? Now, if you write this nicely, this is same as 1 over 10 multiplied by what? Multiplied by your 2. Out again. So this is one and the same thing. Now, what else now are you then going to have from there? All right. So now, if let's say now we want to clarify this. Now, what is it that you can do now from here? Let's look at our numerator. Now, in our numerator here, you are having what? This is 5 multiplied by 2. So what is 5 multiplied by 2? Let's write this here. So this is still the same as 10a. Now, this is going to be 10a over what? This is 10a multiplied by. Now, what is 5? This is same as 1 over your 25. Remember, 5 is going to be 5 squared, right? So this is going to be 5 multiplied by 25. This is going to be multiplied by your 4. Altogether, this is going to be divided, right? Now, this is going to be divided by, this is same as, again, 10 to the power of what? Of a. Then what is going to be 1? Now, if you can look at this one. Now, if you say what is going to be this 1, this is same as your 10 to the power of a into 1 subtract. Now, this is same as 1. Now, this is going to be 1 over 5. I would get it. Now, that's going to be one and the same thing. Now, if you are having that, what is it that you're going to have? Now, let's see. So now this is going to be 1 subtract 1 over your 5. I would get, because now the 1 over your 10 multiplied by 2 is still going to be what? The 2 is going to go to 2 ones and go to 10 5 times altogether. So that's going to be that one. Now, if we continue, what is it that you're going to have in here? Now, the 10 to the power of a. is going to cancel each other. The 10 to the power of a and 10 to the power of a is going to cancel each other. So what is it that you're going to have here? In your numerator, you're going to have 4 over 25, right? In your numerator, you're going to have your 4 over 25, 4 over 25, right? And then now what is going to be, this is going to be divided by, now when you say 1 subtract 1 over 5, 1 subtract 1 over 5 is same as 8 over 10, if I'm not mistaken. 1, when you say you 1 subtract 1 over 5, right? Now this is going to be this is going to be same as your 8 over your 10, which is same as what? Same as 4 over your 5. So this is going to divide by 4 over your 5. Now, what else now are you going to have now from here? Now, we want you to change the division sign to a multiplication sign. So this is going to be 4 over your 25. This is going to be now multiplied by. Now, this is going to be multiplied by 5 over your what? 5 over your 4. And when you multiply this by 5 over 4, what is it that you're going to have? Let's see. Now, from here, what is it that you're going to have? Let's see. Let's say you are multiplying this. So you're multiplying it by 5 over your 4, right? So let's start here. The 4 and 4 are going to cancel each other. So which means you're going to have 5 over your 25. And what is going to be 5 over your 25? This is the same as 1 over your 5, right? So basically that is going to be your answer. Okay. Now hopefully this makes sense. Now let's move swiftly along to the second one, right? Now let's look at the second question in terms of what is it that you can do in there. Now, in this one, you're having root of 27, right? So let's write this. So we are saying here you are having your root of, this is 27 m to the power of 6. Subtract, this is going to be root of 48 m to the power of 6. This is going to be divided by your root. This is going to be 12 m to the power of 6. Okay. Now, what is the first thing that you can do in here? Now, let's find out in terms of what is going to be the root of this. What is going to be a 27? Remember, 27, it's same as 3 root 3, right? So which means now this is going to be same as 3 root 3 m to the power of what? Now remember here it's same as your 2. So which means if you are solving this, this is going to be 3 root 3 m to the power of what? M to the power of your 3, because this is same as 6 over your 2, which is 3, right? Now this is going to be subtract. What is going to be your 45? Now your 45 is going to be 4 over 3 again, m to the power of what? M to the power of 3. Now remember where the m to the power of 3 comes from. Remember, if you are having root m to the power of 6, here it's same as 2. So this is same as m to the power of 6 over your 2, which is same as what? This is same as m cubed. Out again. So basically that's where this particular answer is coming from. Now, if you look at your 12 now, what is going to be your 12? Your 12 is going to be 2 root 3 again m to the power of what? Of 3. Now, what else now are you going to get now? I want us to take out the common factor here. So what is going to be a common factor in this first one, right? Now, in the first one, what is going to be our common factor? The common factor that you're going to have here, if you can look at both of these, you're having root 3m3, right? So which means now the common factor is you are going to have what? Root, let's just write this in here. In your numerator, here your root 3m3 and your root 3m3 is your common factor, right? So it's going to be root 3 m to the power of 3 into bracket. What is it that you're going to be left with? You're going to be left with 3 subtract what? Subtract 4 on this side, right? Because now you've taken out the root 3 m to the power of 3, right? Now here you are having 2 root 3 also m3. Now what is it that you are going to have here? Now these are going to cancel. This one and this one are going to cancel because these are one and the same thing, right? Now if these they are canceling, this is going to be same as 3. This is same as 3 subtract 4 over your what? Over your 2. Then what is 3 subtract 4? This is going to be negative 1 over your 2 as your answer. Okay. So basically that is going to be what you are going to have. Now, let's move now to the next, your 2.2. Now, in 2.2, what is it that you can do then? Now, they say without use of a calculator, you need to show that that one is going to be equal to negative 2m. Now, let's see. So what is it that you're given? You're given that you're having 2 over 1 plus your root 2, subtract your 8 over your root 8. They say you must prove that this is equal to negative 2. Now, what is the first thing that you can do here to prove this? Now, now one could think of this right now. Now let's say for an example, you can look at in terms of what is going to be your LCD. You can start by looking at your LCD, right? Now, if not, what is it that you're going to do? Now, let's say, so we want to prove that your left-hand side is equals to your right-hand side, right? So you want to prove that your left-hand side is equals to your right-hand side, right? So we are going to be using the what? The left-hand side to prove, right? The left-hand side to prove. Now, what is it that you are going to do? Now, for an example, if you can come in here and look at this. Now, if you can look at between these two and find out what is going to be the denominators between these two, you will realize that your denominators that you are having, it's what you're having 1 plus this is same as what? This is same as 2 over 1 plus root 2, which is same as subtract. This is going to be 8 over what is going to be your root of 8. Your root of 8 is same as 2 root 2, right? Your root of 8 is same as 2 root 2, which means this is going to be same as 2 root 2, right? Now, and then what else now are you going to do? Let's say you're looking for your LCD. You're going to find out what is going to be your lowest common denominator. And your LCD here, it's going to be what? 1 plus root 2. And the other one is going to be what? Root 2 root 2. How to get? Now, we are saying you are going to multiply with this one. You are going to multiply with the bracket that you do not have in your denominator so that your denominators can be the same. So which means here you are going to have what? This is going to be 2. Now multiply by what? What is it that you don't have on this side? You don't have 2 root 2, right? So this is going to be 2 root 2 in your what? In your numerator. And similarly in the denominator, you're going to have what? 1 plus your root 2, close bracket, then multiply by what? Multiply by 2 root 2. How to get? Now, on this side, you are going to have subtract. What is it that you are having here? You are having 8. What is it that you do not have in this denominator? You don't have 1 plus root 2, right? You do not have 1 plus root 2 in this other side. And which means here in this side, again, it's going to be 2 root 2. Then multiply by what? Multiply by your what? Multiply by your 1 plus your root 2. How to get? And now that you're having the same denominators, you can write this under one roof, right? So which means if you write this under one roof, this is going to be same as what? Your denominator is going to be same as 2 root 2 into 1 plus what? 1 plus root 2 altogether. So basically that is going to be a denominator. Now in your numerator, what is it that you're going to have? This is going to be 4 root 2 subtract. Now this is going to be same as 8 subtract what? This is going to be same as 8 subtract your 8 root 2 altogether. So basically that is going to be what you're having in your numerator. Now, I want us to group the like terms in our numerator and see. So now in our numerator, if you group the like terms, your this is going to be same as what? If you are saying your 4 root 2 subtract what? Subtract your 8 root 2. What is it that you're going to have? Now this is going to be same as what? This is going to be same as negative 4 root 2 subtract what? Subtract your 8, divide by now. Now this is going to be divided by 2 root 2 into bracket 1 plus root 2. Now, what is it that you are going to do now from here? Now, let's say we multiply here, right? Now, when you multiply here, what is it that you're going to have in your denominator? So let's say in your numerator, we take out the common factor. Now, what is going to be the common factor? Let's say we take out negative 4 because negative 4 is common between these two, right? So when you take out negative 4, what is that you're going to be left with? Here, you're going to be left with root 2. And then now remember this other one, it must be negative, right? So which means this must be positive. What? This must be positive 2, right? Because if you're having positive 2, when you multiply back, you are going to get negative 8, right? Now, when you come back to your denominator, what is it that you're going to have? Now here, when you multiply, let's say you multiply this back. Let's say you multiply your what? You multiply your root 2, right? What is it that you're going to have here? So now when you multiply your root 2, this is going to be 2 into, now this is going to be same as your root 2. Now 1 multiplied by root 2, it's root 2. And root 2 multiplied by root 2 is going to be same as what? It's going to be same as your 2. Now, I want you to realize that this numerator here, the numerator here, can you see that these two are one and the same thing? Which means this is same as negative 4 over your 2, which is same as negative 2. Okay. So basically that is going to be the solution that you are having here. Hopefully these questions make sense to you now. And thank you very much.